it, folks. Chip Mitchell coming back at you with another edition of Enjoy the Ride. I hope all has been going well. I haven't talked to you in a bit, but I hope you're having a great time on your Ryker or your three-wheel bike, whatever you're riding. Hey, today I thought that I'd talk a little bit about, the fall is here, right? Great thing about the fall is it's football season. Yeah, come on, you get to root for your team. NFL, Sunday night, Monday, Thursday night. You just gotta love it. A lot of football. But sad fact about the fall is winter is coming. For those of us that ride in a 3 or 4 season climate, the winter is coming. And when the winter comes, you got to make some serious decisions. Are you going to get the gear for winter riding, or are you going to store your bike and let it sit until that awesome day of spring when the weather finally breaks? Well, if you're going to store your bike, you got to figure out a couple of things. Where are you going to store it? Obviously, checking all your fluids, your tire pressure, and so forth before you put it up. But one of the big things that I wanted to talk about today is the battery, as some would say, the battery. Batteries are very complex. They're living, active, breathing organisms. And if you leave a battery just sitting, it's eventually going to die. And it also, batteries are pretty tricky, right? They don't want to be stored at a full charge. It's just not good for the battery, the longevity of the battery. There's a chemical reaction that's always happening in the battery, and you have to store it correctly for the sake of its longevity. And if you just leave a battery sitting even in your car and you just don't do anything for months, the battery is going to die. It is going to die. It drains your battery. And the battery is made to constantly be in motion. Charged up, charging down, charging back up. That's how it is healthy. I fly RC planes, and I fly electric planes and use lithium batteries. And these batteries, they don't want to be stored at a full charge. It just doesn't do them well. And so what you want to do is store them around 40%. That's a great place for those batteries. You get longevity of life with that. Similar to a motorcycle or car battery, you want to have what they call a trickle charge. If you're going to be storing your bike away for the winter, then you want to get yourself a trickle charge. And what the trickle charge does is it just keeps that battery going up and down, up and down. It's just exercising the battery. It's kind of like if you have an injury. Years ago, I tore up my knee. I had reconstructive surgery on my knee in 1984. Matter of fact, October of 1984. How ironic is that? And, when you're in this cast, I was in a cast back then for 6 months. And so the muscles in my legs got zero exercise. And when they came out, it was all atrophy. And I had to rehab my leg, my knee, my muscles around there. Even to this day, there's a slight difference in both of my legs as far as the muscle mass because of that long period of atrophy. And it's no different than your battery. It needs to be exercised if you're going to store it away for the winter. Now, some winters are longer than others. I used to live in New England. Lived in New England, let's just say you got 11 weeks of heat. Everything else is cold. 18 snowstorms in a given winter. I mean, it just starts from pretty much the end of October all the way through to May. You're going to see snow. But if you're going to be storing your bike for that long, you definitely want a trickle charge. So I figured I'd tell you what I'm going to be using. I've got the TANKPOW. This is a simple trickle charge, 1.5 amps. Now, why do you need that? You need the right amperage to match the battery. It's a 12-volt battery. This handles 12 volt, 6 volt, and I think 4 volt. Yeah. So this is a really easy one. I got this on Amazon. The link is in the description. I think I paid 18 bucks for this thing. You know, granted, there's some really nice ones out there that are really, you can spend 100 bucks if you want to. But for what I'm doing for this simple battery, this is all you need. And the cool thing about this is you plug it in and it's going to tell you right away, do you have a full charge? Where are you? Does it need to be charged? And it tells you exactly where your battery's at. And then what it's going to do is it's going to allow your battery to come down, and when it comes down enough, then it's going to charge it back up, allow it to come down, and it's a trickle charge. It's a slight little charge just to keep the battery exercising so you don't kill your battery. This is going to keep your battery from dying over the winter as long as it's being stored, but it's also going to help the longevity of your battery. Granted, it's a cheap little battery, but you know, there's no sense for 18 bucks. Why bother ruining a battery? You plug this in, it keeps it safe. It will not overcharge your battery. You don't want to do that as well. When you start dealing with batteries, lithium batteries and things like that, fires are really a true hazard. And this will automatically stop charging when the battery is fully charged, allow it to come down, and then trickle charge it back up. It's just a little slight trickle charge. 1.5 amps. Make sure you match the amperage with the battery when you buy that. This one has two different types of connections. It's got your normal little connections with the clips. If you want to use that, that's what I'm going to be using. Or, you know, you can unscrew your battery connectors, place this in there, place this on your connectors, swap it out with this, with the clips, and you can do it. Now, I recommend using these if you're not going to touch your bike for the whole winter. Me, personally, I'm going to ride a bit in the winter. I mean, I've ridden it in 18-degree weather, and I've had a blast with it. But, you know, it's still really cold out there, and it's not as fun when it's beautiful, the sun, all the green, the leaves, and all that. So I won't ride a lot, but I am going to ride a bit. And because of that, I'm going to use the clips because I don't feel like having to go in, unscrew the battery connectors. I'm just going to put these clips on it, and then boom, that's all she wrote. It's pretty simple. Once you plug it in, you'll get a digital readout. The lights will light up here. It's totally autopilot, and the thing handles it itself. Now, with some of the other batteries that are out there, you know, when you're charging or trickle charging your battery, some of the more expensive ones give you the option to manually go in and put in the amperage, the wattage, that, you know, what you want to use when you're doing it. It's no different than the lithium batteries I use with my RC planes. You know, I have some charges there, and you match the amps. Or sometimes you go, man, I want to put a little more amperage in this because I want a faster charge. That's very different. There are battery trickle charges that allow you to do that, but if you don't know what you're doing, you know, you don't want to mess that up. Some of them have some real safety precautions to keep you from ruining it, but this one is pretty simple. It's plug and play. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to worry about destroying your battery or a fire hazard. It immediately knows what it's doing, and that's all she wrote. I'll show you how you connect it. It's pretty simple. You just take your cover off here. You know, you got your two clips. You got your red, Booyah, and you got your black. Plug that, oops. Hook that up, and boy, that's all she wrote. Hook that up, and then all you do is plug this in the wall. I've got a plug right there where I park my bike in my garage, and you plug it in, and then you'll see on this side everything you got. You get your digital readouts, and it tells you exactly what it's doing. If I plugged it in the other day, it said, oh, fully charged. So, you know, you don't have to do it. Once you plug it in, you just leave it alone. And then your bike is going to sit there, and it's going to trickle charge during your winter months. And you're good to go. And this makes it simple for storing your bike over the winter, so you don't have any hassles with having a bad battery. You know, you don't want to get out, you know, come the spring, new year, and get out there and start riding and your battery's dead. You know, I got lights connected to mine, an upgraded horn. A lot of people put some really cool things that draw off the battery. And you want to keep your battery very healthy for the longevity of your ride and for all the different gadgets that you hook up to your bike. It's pretty simple. Hey, I'll put the link in the description. Again, it's Chip Mitchell. Thanks for joining me and enjoy the ride. Hey, if you have not liked, please like. It helps the channel. Not only that, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're getting there. We're almost over 1,000 in our membership. That's awesome. Hey, we're doing it and doing it. I'm going to ride this bad boy till the snow comes. Then I'll store it for a little bit. Then I'll get back on the bike. Hey, I'll come back with some other things you can do with your fluids and your oil and so forth during the winter months. But hey, Chip Mitchell, guess what? Enjoy the ride.